Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my predictions for Manchester United's game against Tottenham at Old Trafford. So I'm going to go for a Manchester United win, and the score I'm going to go with 2-1. The goal scorers for Manchester United, I'm going to go with Cristiano Ronaldo and Jadon Sancho. Tottenham's goal scorer, I'm going to go with Harry Kane. So that is your predictions. You know, Manchester United are coming into this game on the back of a 4-1 defeat to Man City. Tottenham, they won their last game against Everton 5-0. Tottenham are 7th in the Premier League. Tottenham have got a good squad. They've got Heung-min Son. He's the best player that Tottenham have got. Lucas Moura, he's also very good. Steven Bergwijn, Tottenham got him from PSV. Harry Kane, he's been at Tottenham for around 18 years. He's got a contract with Tottenham until 2024. Last season, Harry Kane won the Golden Boot. Don't forget, towards the end of last season, it did say that Harry Kane put a transfer request in at Tottenham, and Manchester United went in for him, Man City went in for him, and Chelsea went in for him. Tottenham were demanding around £150 million. They've got Emerson Royal, Harry Winks, they've got Tanguy Ndombele. He's Tottenham's most expensive signing. Tottenham got him from Lyon. Ryan Sessegnon, he's out with injury at the moment. Before Tottenham, he was at Fulham and Hoffenheim. They've got Tanganga, he's out with injury at the moment. Oliver Skip, he's out with injury. Matt Doherty, he's good. Tottenham got him from Wolves. Sergio Reguilon, Tottenham got him from Real Madrid. They've got Ben Davies, Eric Dyer and Davinson Sanchez. Joe Rodon, Christian Romero, I think Tottenham got him from Atalanta. They've got Harvey White and Tottenham's first choice goalkeeper is Hugo Lloris. Let me put into the equation that Tottenham have lost players. Revert back to January, Tottenham lost Dele Alli. You know, Dele Alli went to Everton from Tottenham. Don't forget, Tottenham lost Toby Alderweireld. They lost Eric Lamela. They lost Danny Rose. Danny Rose is now at Watford. They lost Serge Aurier. They lost Christian Eriksen quite a few years ago. When he left Tottenham, he went to Inter Milan and now obviously Christian Eriksen is at Brentford. So there you go, and Tottenham have got a very good manager in Antonio Conte. Antonio Conte has got a good pedigree behind him. Don't forget, when Conte did manage Chelsea, he won the Premier League in his first season. Conte has been the Tottenham manager for around 5 months. Tottenham appointed him in November last year. When Antonio Conte became Tottenham's manager, he signed an 18-month contract. Manchester United should have got Antonio Conte. If we'd have sacked Solskjaer after that 5-0 defeat to Liverpool at Old Trafford last year, I reckon we'd have got Antonio Conte. Before Antonio Conte, Tottenham had Nuno Espirito Santo. He enjoyed a very short managerial tenure with Tottenham. He was only with them for 4 months. Don't forget, Nuno Espirito Santo left Wolves at the end of last season. Before Nuno Espirito Santo, Tottenham had Jose Mourinho. Tottenham sacked him, and before Jose Mourinho, Tottenham had Mauricio Pochettino. Pochettino, don't forget, did enjoy a 5.5-year managerial tenure with Tottenham. Analysing the vast majority of his managerial tenure at Tottenham, Tottenham were competing in and out of the top 4. Revert back to 2018, he got Tottenham to their first ever Champions League final, and at one point he almost won the league when he was Tottenham manager. Pochettino wants a Tottenham Hotspur return, doesn't he? Pochettino is the PSG manager at the moment. He's been in charge of PSG for over a year. I think he's won a French Cup with them. His contract at PSG expires next year. Earlier on this season, the PSG director Leonardo said that Mauricio Pochettino has not asked to leave PSG. You know, Manchester United are still in for Pochettino. Tottenham, they won this fixture at Old Trafford last season 6-1. Manchester United, though, did win at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last season 3-1. And Man United beat Tottenham away earlier on this season 3-0. Manchester United have done transfer business with Tottenham before, because revert back to a lot of years ago now, Manchester United got Berbatov off Tottenham and Michael Carrick. We've got some players out. Obviously Ronaldo, he missed the game against Manchester City due to a knock. But I've heard that Ronaldo has returned to training, so he should be playing in this game against Tottenham. Cavani, he also missed the game against Man City. Cavani not so long ago recovered from a groin injury. Luke Shaw Varane also missed the game against Man City not so long ago. So there you go. The top 4 is in doubt for Manchester United, reflecting on that 4-1 defeat to City. But there again, you know, the top 4 was in doubt after Manchester United drew 0-0 against Watford at Old Trafford. You know, Rangnick's aim for this season is for Manchester United to finish in the top 4. Man United's only chance of a trophy this season is the Champions League. I'm very sceptical we'll win the Champions League, so it's going to be another trophyless season for Man United. Man United have not won a trophy for 5 years. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Ralph Rangnick, as you all know, he wants the permanent Manchester United job. But I'm very sceptical that Man United will offer Rangnick the job on a permanent basis. You know, Rangnick has been Manchester United's interim manager for 3 months. He's Manchester United's interim manager until the end of the season. Then he's expected to take up a consultancy role for a further 2 years. Reflecting on that 4-1 defeat to Man City, that was the 3rd game Ralph Rangnick had lost as Manchester United's interim manager. He's lost 2 games in the Premier League and he's lost 3 in all competitions. I told you I've got a lot of respect for Rangnick. I think he's a very good coach. The vast majority of German coaches are very good. There's been good performances under Rangnick. There's also been poor performances as well. But Rangnick's been totally blameless for the poor performances. You know, the players have had to take responsibility for the poor performances. Unfortunately, Rangnick did not get backed in the January transfer window. And it was a shame, because he actually got promised at the first he was going to be backed. Man United endured a very disappointing January transfer window because Man United didn't make any signings. We should have let Lingard and Henderson leave, but we blocked their exits, and we had the incident with Mason Greenwood towards the end of January. But on the other side of things, we let around 8 players leave in January. So Rangnick's endured 1 transfer window as Manchester United's interim manager. Before Manchester United, he was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. As you all know, Ralph Rangnick wants Erik ten Hag to become Manchester United's next permanent manager. There's a lot of Manchester United fans that would like to see Erik ten Hag get recommended in. Prior to the City game, there was a lot of narratives coming out about Erik ten Hag. It said Erik ten Hag's chances of joining Man United are rising. That was stemming from a journalist, can't remember who said it. Romano said that Man United had started negotiations with Erik ten Hag. You know, Erik ten Hag had been learning English, and Erik ten Hag has told Ajax he wants to leave at the end of the season. Erik ten Hag has his heart set on a move to Manchester United. It would be good for Erik ten Hag to come and experience the Premier League because he's not yet managed in the Premier League. And I think if he became Man United's next manager, he would suit the trappings of the club, he'd get the best out of these group of players, and he would be capable of winning trophies. You've got to admire the work Erik ten Hag has done at Ajax. You know, he's developed the young players well. He's won a couple of very devised titles with them, and revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. He's been the Ajax manager for around 5 years. His contract at Ajax expires next year. Before Ajax, he managed Utrecht, before then managed Bayern Munich's reserves, and before then managed Go Ahead Eagles. And yeah, you know the news on Pochettino. Ralph Hasenhüttl, the Southampton manager, he's on Man United's shortlist for the manager's job. And the other week, it said that Carlo Ancelotti emerged as a candidate for Man United after he was recommended by Sir Alex Ferguson. But won't get Ancelotti because Real Madrid have said that they're more than happy with Ancelotti. And they have no plans to part ways with Ancelotti. Manchester United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. You know, Manchester United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson. Even though Man United are not really known as a sacking football club, the 4 managers we've sacked since Ferguson, we sacked David Moyes after 10 months. Man United finished 7th under the David Moyes era. That's the lowest we've finished in the Premier League era. Then Manchester United sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years. Despite us winning the FA Cup under him. Then Manchester United sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years. Despite Mourinho winning 3 trophies in his first season, Mourinho did enjoy one good season at Man United. But the reasons it didn't work out under Mourinho is because he had bad disputes with the board and bad disputes with the top players. And last year, Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after almost 3 years in charge. Like I say, in the last 10 years, Manchester United have only won 4 trophies. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. In the last 10 years, Manchester United have spent over 1.3 billion. And we have brought over 40 odd players in since Ferguson retired. And let me put into the equation that none of this squad is Rangnick's. You know, Rangnick's inheriting players who other managers have obviously brought in. We definitely need to get the Glazers out of the club because they've been one of the biggest problems at the club for a long time. The Glazers have owned Manchester United for around 16.5 years now, is it? They bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. In the summer of this year, I'm expecting Manchester United to make signings. So in the summer, I reckon we'll try and sign a midfielder and a striker. On the other side of things, I'm expecting a lot of players to leave the club in the summer. I heard up to 11 players could be leaving Man United in the summer because obviously we're looking to raise funds. So in the summer, I reckon Dean Henderson will leave. You know, Dean Henderson should have left in January, but he didn't. Henderson's our second choice goalkeeper. You know, Henderson doesn't really get in goal because revert back to last summer, De Gea reclaimed that number 1 spot back. Henderson has only made 3 appearances this season. Earlier on this season, he got arrested for abusing his girlfriend. Harry Maguire, you know, Man United could look to sell him in the summer. You know, Maguire, he's not good enough to represent the club. Prior to the City game, it said Harry Maguire was upsetting teammates in the dressing room. Revert back to earlier on this season, it's said that Rangnick said that Maguire will remain Man United's captain until the end of the season. Earlier on this season, a lot of Manchester United fans were demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire. Harry Maguire has been at Manchester United over 2 years. You know, Man United overpaid for him. We paid £80 million for him. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and he's the second most expensive signing at the club. Jones and Bailly, I'm also expecting them to leave in the summer because they don't really get in the team. And Wan-Bissaka, you know, Man United could look to sell him in the summer. He's not our first choice right back under Rangnick, but despite that, you know, he's played the last, 3 or 4 games. Delors our first choice right back under Rangnick. Revert back to Bissaka though, he's not good enough. Defensively he's good most of the time, but the attacking side of his game lets him down. Matic, there's a good chance that he'll leave Manchester United in the summer because Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders. But he is the only predominant centre defensive midfielder Man United have got. Matic is out of contract in the summer. Very good chance that Paul Pogba will be leaving Man United in the summer. I'm hearing that Paul Pogba is interested in a Juventus return. Well, before he re-signed for Man United, Pogba did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus. You know, he won trophies and that. Pogba is out of contract at Man United in the summer. Earlier on this season, it said that Pogba would be open to Premier League offers if he leaves Man United this summer. But prior to that, it said Pogba would be open to staying at Man United beyond the end of his contract. You know, Pogba does have a good relationship with Rangnick. Pogba hasn't done that well in his last, 3 games, but prior to that, in all the other games, he's done really well in since he recovered from injury. Pogba is injury prone because he's endured quite a few injuries since he re-signed. You know, this season has been Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he re-signed. You know, he's won 3 trophies at the club so far. He's played over 200 games since he re-signed, and Manchester United paid £89 million for Pogba. So reflecting on that, he's our most expensive signing at the moment. Jesse Lingard, I'm expecting him to leave in the summer as well. He should have left in January, like I've already mentioned. Lingard is out of contract in the summer. He has been part of the football club for a long time, risen up our academy in that, but Lingard doesn't really get in the team, does he? Van der Beek and Martial, I'm expecting them to leave permanently in the summer. At the moment, Van der Beek's out on loan with Everton and Martial's out on loan with Sevilla. Juan Mata, he will also leave the club in the summer as well. You know, Matt has been at Manchester United for 8 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. A very good chance that Ronaldo will be leaving in the summer, especially if Manchester United fail to finish in the top 4. Man United are looking for replacements for Ronaldo. Earlier on this season, it said Rangnick wants Victor Osimhen to replace Ronaldo. And he said Ralph Rangnick had major doubts about Cristiano Ronaldo. And Edison Cavani, I'm also expecting him to leave in the summer. Well, Cavani has been linked to a move to Brazil. He's also been linked to a move to La Liga. Well, earlier on this season it said Cavani's expected to leave as a free agent in the summer. Cavani's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Man United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Like I say, Cavani's just come back from a groin injury. He's had a few injuries since he signed for the club. So there you go. I think tomorrow at some point I will be giving you my predicted 11 for the game against Tottenham. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.